Good morning, everyone. Let me welcome you all here this morning to the Center of Peace and our Sunday morning celebration. I am delighted to see you all this morning. I truly am. I'm glad you're here. My name is Twana Malone. I am the Senior Minister, the Spiritual Director here at the Center of Peace. And this morning, we have a wonderful service in store for you. We have our licensed professional practitioners assisting us in our service. Leading us this morning in our meditation is Alima Boyd. Leading us this morning in our treatment, our affirmative prayer, Cynthia Banks. Leading us this morning in our selected readings, Callista Dorsey. Holding consciousness for us this morning, that is in quiet repose and in prayer about our time together and its unfolding in a wonderful and a magnificent way, our practitioners, Kutia Thompson and Tanya Skeef. We have this morning ringing our chakra bowl and giving us all an opportunity just to bring our attention and our awareness and to be present in this moment, Sandy Forrest. Our music today is being sung forth through Ms. Kamara Jordan and the choir. We're happy about that. We have on the ones and twos, Al, Vern, and Nicole. Greeting all who walk into the space this morning is Tony Bay. So I think we are set and ready to start our service. I want to invite you just to take this time, take this moment before any other word is even spoken, just to decide and to choose to be present. Lima?
Good morning, everyone. So I invite you to embark on a journey into the heart of oneness, a realm where all distinctions dissolve, revealing the unbreakable bond that connects us all. So get yourself settled in your seats, or if you're at home, settled in a comfortable place, in a comfortable position, allowing your body to feel supported and at ease. So gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath, filling your lungs with life-affirming essence of the air around you. And as you exhale, envision any tension or discord leaving your body, making room for peace and serenity. Continue this breathing pattern, allowing each breath to draw you deeper into a state of relaxation and openness. With your next inhale, visualize a radiant light at the center of your being. This light, pure and all-encompassing, represents the essence of oneness, the eternal thread that weaves through every heart and soul. We are not separate from the universe. We are a manifestation of it. So let this understanding permeate your consciousness, feeling the barriers between you and the rest of existence begin to fade away. Imagine this light expanding beyond the confines of your physical form, reaching out to touch the lives of those around you, connecting you with the heart of every living being. Feel this connection deep within your bones, a sacred bond that cannot be broken, for it is woven into the very fabric of reality. Now let the guidance of my words gently recede as you enter into a period of silence, a sacred space for you to experience the profound truth of oneness on your own terms. As this period of reflection comes to a close, bring your awareness back to the physical space around you. And as you do, hold on to the feeling of oneness. So take a few deep breaths, feeling the energy of the universe flowing through you, revitalizing and renewing your spirit. And when you are ready, you may or may not open your eyes, but take with you the truth of our eternal oneness into every moment of your life. Let this meditation serve as a reminder of the unbreakable bonds that connect us encouraging you to walk through life with a heart open to the beauty of unity in all of its forms. And so it is.
Love, intelligence, wisdom, compassion, understanding, all of creation is from Source, and these are just a few of the attributes of Source. It runs in and through all creation. And I know that it is my source. Every cell of my body, every thought, every movement, to the very marrow in my bones of Source. And knowing this, I know that it is true for each and every one of us, for everyone here in this room, for everyone within the sound of my voice, for everyone, whether or not they can hear me or not. It is the reality. It is the only reality. And so I am joyful. I am joyful and full of happiness to know that this perfection is my perfection, that this perfection is the perfection of all things, no matter how it may appear. The truth is, it is perfect, it is complete, and it is wonderful. And I know that as this service goes on, that everything that is needed is already in place, that each one will get from this service what they need to hear, what they need to feel, what they need to help sustain them and to help carry them through and to remember their actual true existence, their actual true purpose, who they truly and really are. And I am grateful. I am beyond grateful. I am ecstatic. And I give thanks. And I just say thank you, thank you, thank you, for it is a blessing beyond blessings. And so with this gratitude and knowing, I place these words into the law of mind, knowing it's already done, it's so, it is complete, and it is all good, for it is all God, and it can be no other way. And with that, I just anchor this prayer by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Cynthia, for that beautiful prayer, that treatment. And thank you, Alima, for leading us this morning in our meditation. So I'd like to take this opportunity to have you all just turn your attention with me to our vision and our mission. as we read it together aloud, as we see it in our mind's eye as a real lived vision. You can find the vision to the right of me and behind me. There is a card in the back of your chair that has a QR code that you can also go there to download our vision and our mission. Our vision, a loving and peaceful world where all of humanity is honored as the divinity within is experienced. And our mission, the Center of Peace, is a loving, inclusive, and vibrant community that utilizes and demonstrates spiritual principles and practices to cultivate powerful individuals who together create peace throughout the world. And so it is. Yeah, so now I'd like to ask you all to stand and join us in the singing of our congregational song, I'm One, I Am One, written by our retired licensed professional practitioner, Bayless Webb. You can find the lyrics to the song, again, if you use the card in the back of your chair. And with the QR code. There are also some lyrics that's been printed if anybody would like to have a copy of the lyrics so that you may be able to sing along with us. All right, Al, I think we're ready. I'm one with Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and it dwells inside of me. This perfect Spirit, pure loving Spirit, rests in everything I see. God walks beside me, protects and guides me. It's ever with me wherever I go. I trust its power, God's healing power. Its love surrounds me, and this I know. I live in spirit, I breathe in spirit. It lives within me, and so I am a spirit. I think as spirit. Its life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know. Yeah, so while we're still standing, let us not miss this opportunity just to look into someone's eyes. Allow your eyes simply to gaze around the room and fall where they might, and welcome that person. Let us be aware and honoring of the humanity in all. Yes, and asking for hugs, and yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, you can have a seat. Here at the Center of Peace, we are an open and affirming community. All are welcome here. And if this is your first time here celebrating love and celebrating life with us, we'd love to be able to welcome you into our space. If you would stand so that we may honor your presence and welcome you. If you, yeah, okay, Center of Peace. Okay, yeah, join me, Center of Peace. And as we just extend our arms and allow love to flow through us and out from us, as we say, welcome to the Center of Peace.
Welcome to the Center of Peace.
We know who you really and truly are.
We know who you really and truly are.
A unique and divine expression of love itself.
A unique and divine expression of love itself.
A representation of all that is good.
A representation of all that is good.
We honor you.
We honor
and we
you.
welcome you.
And we welcome
to the Center of Peace.
Welcome to the Center of Peace.
You may be seated. Please, after service, do go and find our visitors and welcome them. Let them know they're welcome here anytime. All right, I think we are ready for announcements. And I think I'm up first as Liz makes her way forward. Today, where's mine? All right. Good. All right. Today, after service, we will be voting on our budget. We've sent the budget out now. You've had several weeks to take an opportunity to look at the budget, and the board will be calling a vote today right after service at 1 p.m. If you are online, you can still send in your vote. You can download the QR code that is attached to our weekly newsletter, and you can go and vote right now. You'll have until 1 p.m. to vote, to say yay or to say nay in regards to our proposed 2024 budget. All right.
All right. Hello, I'm Liz Johnson, or Elizabeth Johnson, the current treasurer, hoping to be the next treasurer, but we'll see after today. But first we're going to have Callista and Wilhelmina come up to speak about the care circles.
Good morning. This is going to be real short. I wrote notes down because I feel it. I feel the heat coming this side, you know what I mean? But I'm really here to promote the care circles. I belong to one that's called Serenity Care Circle. It's been existing since we were at Elkins Park. And it's a group of people, at least 12 people, come together because we have like minds and want to talk about something. And it's a way of supporting each other. What I realized this morning, I realized it's a care circle, but every Sunday I see all you wonderful people. But once a month, I get to be with those 12 people and they become friends. That's how I believe the care circles are supposed to work. Then I had a creative idea to make a book study, because I don't want to teach class, y'all. I like book studies. So we decided last year, with Deborah Ford's help, to have a book study to read Living the Science of Mind for a whole year. How many people get a chance to read the book that you keep hearing about every Sunday? How many people actually have the Living the Science of Mind in their house or the textbook? Oh, okay. I thought it was less than that. Thank you very much. But it's an opportunity for you once a month to talk about what's in the Living the Science of Mind. Because of that, 2024, 2 more practitioners decided to do Living the Science of Mind. They'll tell you about theirs themselves. Then I decided that I wanted to continue to do this. So what I'm sharing with each one of you, because I don't need to tell you what's on here, Care Circles is about being friends outside of Sunday morning service. So if there's anyone here that has some ideas that you might want to knit together, you might want to go out partying together, something, and you decide that you don't know how to get together with some people, I know how to do that, because I grab them. So if anybody has an idea, you want to learn how to knit, you want to learn how to play some music, let me know, pull me to the side, drop a note in my purse, and I'll call you so we can get more care circles going on. I'm telling you, it is a blessing to have that experience. You can invite me. I'll come in as one of those outside people in any of your care circles, because we like having a practitioner involved. I think I'm complete. I get a star for that.
All right. Ms. Wilhelmina.
Peace. I bring you greetings from the Youth and Family Care Circle. I'm Wilhelmina Calland, leader of the circle. The team teachers are Barbara Jones, who is currently with our youth, and Dr. Hazel Spears. With gratitude, our circle continues to grow in numbers as we teach the science of mind philosophy and principles in our youth lessons from the CSL curriculum. The youth learn to appreciate their individual gifts and talents, that they are each a unique individual expression of the one God, and that they matter and are essential to the divine order of the universe. Teaching is very rewarding and reciprocal. We are learning as they learn. We look forward to expanding outside the walls, and we have. We've done some activities, gone skating, movies, going to lunch. As Callista say, we become friends. And for also additional learning experiences, developing friendships and having fun. Hazel?
Thank you, Wilhelmina. Fun. You like that stuff? Fun. That's what we do with the youth. Oh, get on the mic. Oh, I thought it was loud enough without it. Yes. Thank you kindly. Talking about that fun stuff. Want to thank everybody, this church family, the Center of Peace, all of you who have come forward in the past, the parents, of course, who have come forward in the past and shared your talents, be it singing or dancing or making dioramas or whatever it is that you do. We want you to come and do it with our youth. We are holding a vision for the continued success of the circle, this particular youth and family care circle. You know, the youth represent a continuance of the success of the Center of Peace. That's why this is so important. So we need teachers to go ahead so we can serve both the little ones and the taller ones. We go from right now, we're going from 3 to 16, okay? So we need 2 different groups. We want you to consider also being a volunteer for special events. If you have for activities that we do, to come along and chaperone, or if you do have a particular talent, we've got somebody coming up real soon with a special treat for you that you're going to see in a minute. But we would like you, not this minute, but in a couple of weeks actually, we want you to come up with fun. We want you to come up with your talents, or come and talk to any one of us about, is this a good idea? Is this something I could share with the youth? We'd love you to do that. We do plan on to resume sharing here in front of the service some of the things that we've been talking about, the themes, the lessons that we discussed back there that we learned during the morning service. So please, if you want some more information, see myself, Hazel, and this is Miss Wilhelmina, and Miss Barbara is in the back, and we would love to have you join us in any capacity that you possibly can. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so next on the agenda will be our annual meeting, which will be March 10th. The board is in the process of planning it, so just mark your calendars. It'll be after service. Our next big event is going to be March 17th. We are going to be hosting Mr. Eddie Watkins Jr. Yes. So that will be at 1 p.m. right after service. So you will have to RSVP. So on our newsletter, get involved, stay inspired. There is a section for you to RSVP. As you can see, seating is limited, so make sure you guys secure your spots. And this will be a love offering for Mr. Watkins, so please keep that in mind. Next, we're going to have our marketing/VP, Ms. Allende, come up to speak about Beyond the Four Walls.
Okay, good morning. Oh, hi. Okay, well, Beyond the Four Walls. Well, let's just start with the Super Bowl party. That was a blast, and I know, here we go.
The Super Bowl party. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to make sure that everybody is okay from the Super Bowl party. Is everybody? I know you are, Deb. How you doing? I mean, I just want to make sure that our board president, Miss Betty Boyd. Oh, you're here. I know you're a little under the weather, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. Are you okay? All right. That's all right. I don't know. You know what? Dr. Hazel, you brought up such a good point, because, Usher was there, and there was some dance moves that was going on the screen, and there was some dance moves that was going on in the sanctuary. Ain't that right, Rev? But, I'm just saying. But, okay. But, okay, I'm going to let you finish. But y'all all right, though, right? Okay. I'm good, but I'm good.
We have pictures.
Oh, you can't mute this mic, can you? Okay.
Needless to say, there's going to be another one next year. Safe to assume that, right? Okay. And, man, Coffee with Rev was a success. Rev over there saying yes, good. So stay tuned for more. There will be more scheduled throughout the year. We have the Philadanco. We're still the Philadanco Director's Choice, April the 12th. That's on a Friday at 7:30. And there's some tickets still available. They're $46. And they're on sale right now. You can pay cash after service, see me, just exact change. And what else? Personal checks and purchases through Breeze, no fees. You can just go on our website and make your purchase. Also, there's some photo, we developed a photo gallery of all these events beyond the four walls. So there's a photo gallery that's available, and it's mentioned in our most recent newsletter, Get Involved and Stay Inspired. So let me see. If you want to get any more information, there's a flyers, there's a QR code out there for you to scan to get more information. And those watching online, there's some images before and after our service today, so you can scan your code there. And I believe I'm complete. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So I think that's it. Housekeeping rules. If you have any beverages, just keep a lid on them. Any trash or anything, just make sure you don't forget that in the sanctuary. And as always, you can join our mailing list. There's a QR code. You can scan that, or you can go online to our website, thecenterofpeace.org. And we are on all social media platforms. And as always, practitioners are available for prayer after service. Those are the people with the purple shawls. And I think we're complete.
Ella Baker's name is unknown to many, though she was one of the principal architects of the civil rights movement of the last century, of the 20th century. It's hard to believe we're in another century. Ella Baker had the gift of prophecy. She was a visionary. She envisioned that fledgling protests could become mass movements that would change the trajectory of the nation's response to injustice. In the 40s, she worked with the NAACP, traveling throughout the South, prophesying that mass actions would envelop the country. In 1957, she moved to Montgomery to support the bus boycott in its infancy, convinced that it could be sustained long-term, and advising the organizers on how to maintain that momentum. After learning about the sit-ins in Greensboro in 1960, she founded SNCC, envisioning it as an organization that would ignite a movement of young people, organizing communities throughout the South, registering Black people to vote, and expanding to protest grievances of racism in the North and South. But Ella Baker was not just a dreamer. She was a strategist who understood that there was a scaffolding needed to accommodate the interaction of thousands of people moving around the South in protests, a behind-the-scenes orchestration to move people so that they ensured the vitality and the visibility of the viability and the visibility of the protest. She advised many of the famous men in the movement, A. Philip Randolph, Martin Luther King, Andy Young, as well as the high school and college kids who were the foot soldiers of the movement, Myrtle Glasgow and Ada Miller among them. She was a seer. She had the ability to look into the eyes and heart of a person she had just met, or someone with whom who was a long-term colleague, and see their authenticity, see the power of their personal gift. And in her inimitable way, she would then challenge and encourage them to step into his or her power as God intended. Her commitment to the liberation of people of African descent was absolute. She was indefatigable. Her voice was like steel wrapped in a velvet glove. She was unwavering yet flexible, resolute yet nurturing. She was unafraid to speak out, but she stayed out of the limelight because the public was not ready for the face of the movement to be that of a woman. And so she prophesied, orchestrated, and advised from behind the scenes. Bernice Johnson Reagan wrote this song to make sure that we know her, to make sure that her contribution is an indelible part of the record of how we got over. This is Ella's song.
We who believe in freedom shall not rest. We who believe in freedom shall not rest until it comes.
We who believe in freedom shall not rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Until the killing of black men, black mothers' sons, is as important as the killing of white men, white mothers' sons. We who believe in freedom cannot rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
The older I get, the better I know that the secret of my going on is when the reins are in the hands of the young who dare to run against the storm. 'Cause to me, young people come first. They have the courage where we fail. And if I can but shed some light as they carry us through the gale. We who believe in freedom cannot rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Struggling myself don't mean a whole lot. I've come to realize that teaching others to stand up and fight is the only way our struggles survive. I'm a woman who speaks in a voice, and I must be heard. At times I can be quite difficult. I bow to no man's word.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Not needing to clutch for power, not needing the light just to shine on me. I need to be one in that number as we stand against tyranny. We who believe in freedom cannot rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest touches me most is that I had a chance to work with people, passing on to others that which was passed on to me. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest, cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
We ask you to stand as we are going to sing the what is known as the Black National Anthem.
Written by James Weldon Johnson in 1920. He was an educator, a lawyer, an activist, a counselor, a brilliant man who wrote this song primarily as a poem and then went on to identify it as a hymn. He said it's simply just a hymn. I don't think he knew just how powerful and how historic these words would be. Sonny?
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the roaring sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand,
to our God, true to our native land.
So it is. So it is.
Okay, I guess Mike folks, good morning. Can we give him another hand? Good morning again, everyone. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. We're waiting for the mic to be settled. I think you should all give yourself a hand. Yeah. And I'm going to do the reading this morning. This reading was submitted by Betty Boyd, one of our licensed practitioners, and it's from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, page 94-95. That's that book I said earlier. If you don't have it, you might want to get it. Okay. We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. The enlightened in every age have taught that back of all things there is one unseen cause. This teaching of unity, the Lord our God is one God, is the chief cornerstone of a sacred scripture of the East, as well as our own sacred writings. There is one life of which we are a part, one intelligence which we use, one substance which takes manifold forms, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us. In the Bible, we find these passages. Now there is a diversity of gifts, but the same Spirit. Whither shall I go from thy Spirit, or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into the heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light around me. We all, with open face, beholding, as in a glass, the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image by the Spirit of the Lord. I shall be satisfied when I awake with the likeness. Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you? That which is born of the Spirit is spirit. The Lord our God is one God. He is God in heaven above and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. His word is in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. I will put my words in his mouth. The word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. All sacred scriptures have proclaimed the unity of life, that every man is the center of God. Consciousness, the center of God's consciousness. Everyone is. This is the meaning of the mystical marriage, or the union of the soul with its source. Jesus boldly proclaimed that he was one with the Father. This is the basis for all New Thought teaching, the spiritual union of all life, and so it is. Well, guess what? There is no affirmation written, but we're going to make up an affirmation because we're going to take, there are 3 words: love, loved, and lovable. Those 3 words, I'm going to request that each one of you that are listening to my voice, that you create your own personal affirmation. As I stand here waiting for the affirmation for today. Humanly, I was not prepared, but in God's world, I'm prepared every moment. Can you repeat these words? Can you please stand? Can you do both? I affirm the unity of all life.
I affirm the unity of all life.
As I recognize the interconnectedness.
As I recognize the interconnectedness.
That binds us together.
That binds us together.
While embracing.
While embracing.
Our diversity.
Our diversity.
And differences.
And differences.
I recognize. We are all divine.
We are all divine.
Expression. Of the one source.
Of the one source.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Don't forget to do your personal affirmation.
While he is setting the mic, we are responsible and required to share where our music comes from. Ella's song was written by Bernice Johnson Reagan and sung most popularly by Sweet Honey in the Rock. And the piece that we're about to do now is by Eddie Watkins, because we can't wait till he comes.
March 15th, March 17th, Eddie Watkins Jr. March 15th, March, Eddie Watkins Jr. Okay. All right. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday's mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy and happiness is yours and it's mine. I am loved and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear you sing. All is well, oh, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, oh, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit. I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that is. My soul is free from time. I am blessed and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear y'all sing. All is well, oh, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. Right now. All is well, oh, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday's mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? We can change our reality by changing our mind. Perfect peace, joy and happiness is yours and it's mine. I am love and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. Let me hear y'all sing. All is well. Oh, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now.
Right now.
Yes, all is well. Oh, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. We are cloaked in the Spirit, and we are fed by the divine. We are one with all that is. Our souls are free from time. I am blessed, and so are you. And don't it feel good to know all is well? Don't it feel good? Just to know that our soul is free from time, and all we got to do is change our mind. It feels good.
All is well.
It feels good.
All is well.
Just to know that
All
your
is
soul
well.
is free from time,
All
and
is
all
well.
you got to do is change
All
your mind.
is well.
It feels good.
All is well.
Yes, and unfolding as it should. And so it is.
All right. Can we give the choir another round of applause? I mean, we heard everybody's voice today. Zuma and Sunny and Alima and Sheila. Everybody was singing today. Yeah, it was good. It's good. All right. So we are continuing to talk about oneness as we have been doing all year long. Our theme for the year, oneness. And what a grand idea it is. As the reading suggested, it's the crux of the teaching. And it is. I like to start with spiritual principles, also known as What We Believe, written by Ernest Holmes. You can download a copy of this if you receive our newsletter. You can go to our website, download a copy of this, and I believe next week there will be copies to hand out to everybody, so make sure you come. But today, we are focusing on spiritual principle number 1. Simply, we believe in God. We believe in God. And since we believe in God, we believe in love. Because God is love. Spiritual principle number 2, we believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I'm an individualization of Spirit, and so are you. Spiritual principle 11, we believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. And finally, spiritual principle number 3, we believe in the eternality and the immortality and the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. We are forever becoming more and more of who we really and truly are, and nevertheless, that's what we believe. So, I've come to learn something about this teaching. This teaching will grow you up. And if you don't want to grow up, before I say another word, just tiptoe on out, you know what I mean? Because the teaching will grow you up if you stay long enough. And what I mean by that is if you take the principles into your life and you start to embody the principles, the principle of love, if you start to embody the principle of oneness, if you start to embody the principle of forgiveness, if you start to embody and embrace these principles, it'll grow you up. If you take time to establish a consistent practice, your own spiritual practice, sacred reading and meditation and prayer and contemplation and journaling, if you do these things, the teaching will grow you up. The teaching will grow you up. The teaching will shut you up. The teaching will fill you up. And the teaching will love you up. But you got to be in it. You know, many of us had the privilege to sit at our founding senior minister, Reverend Sheila. Many of us had the opportunity to sit at her knee. And she would fondly and oftentimes, as you hear us say, she would extend us the invitation to go deeper. Right? And so sometimes, though, we would be tripping. We would act like we didn't really know what she was talking about, you know? And so she would just simplify it on you. She would say, okay, you're going to have to pull up your big girl panties. You're going to have to pull up your big boy bloomers and get to it. Learn to embody the principles. You're going to have to pull up your panties and you're going to have to see where you have embodied these principles in your life, the principle of oneness, the principle of love, and where you have not. What she meant, as I said, is that she would say something like, okay, you've said what you needed to say about them. That's enough of the story. In other words, now let's talk about the principle, right? Now that you've proved to me that you know the principle forward and backwards, and you can state it eloquently, you know what I mean? You can state it in your sleep. Now let's see. Let's see who you are. Who do you say that you are? You know, we've been talking about this month our words and how our words bond us. And so she would extend the invitation. Let's see what words you have in your garden. Let's see what's fruitful, what's there, so that you can get clear. You say you want peace. You say you want joy. You say you want love. You say you want abundance. Pull your panties up. Let's go. So we have to be very mindful then of what's getting in our way. We have to be very mindful. What's keeping us from loving? What's keeping us from peace? I wanted to read a little bit from the Science of Mind textbook, more about the power of our words and the power of our thought, since that is the only thing that we have to deal with. We have to take what is given. Ernest Holmes says you don't take anything out of it, use what's there. We know what's there for us to use is to take in a deep dive and to delving into looking into our thoughts, our ideas. So here's what Ernest Holmes says. In the Science of Mind textbook, I'm on page 140. He says, our beliefs and our deep-seated convictions inevitably outpicture and reflect themselves in our experience and environment, both in the physical condition of the body and in the larger world of our affairs. What we outwardly are and what we are to become depends upon what we are thinking. For this is the way we are using the creative power. And then on page 146 and 147, he says, through spiritual discernment, we see that we have within us a power which is greater than anything we shall ever contact. A power that can overcome every obstacle in every experience and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and a new life. If God be for us, who can be against us? Further, he says, just so far as we depend upon any condition, past, present, or future, we are creating chaos, because we are then dealing with conditions, the effects, and not with the causes. Could we but comprehend the fact that there is a power that makes things directly out of itself by simply becoming the thing it makes, could we but grasp this greatest truth about life and realize that we are dealing with a principle, scientifically correct and eternally present, we could accomplish whatever it is possible for us to conceive, for life externalizes at the level of our thought. Finally, from this reading, he says, do we desire to live in a world, people with friends who love us, surrounded by things beautiful and pleasing? Do you? There is but one way, and this way is as certain as the sun shines. In all capital letters, he says, daily we must control all thought that denies the real, affirm the divine presence within us. Then, as the mist disappears before the sun, so shall adversity melt before the shining radiance of our exalted thought. Simply, what he is suggesting is that if we can behold the idea that we have some power that is within us, that stems from our ideas and our words, we would be taking hold of a power that can change the conditions in our life. It's hard to believe. Words? My word? It's hard to believe. But if we can get that, he's suggesting we have what we need. Daily, we must control our thought that denies the real and affirm the divine presence within us. We are dealing with a principle that acts upon our words. It acts upon my words, and it acts upon your words. So, I gave you that foundation so that I can talk about what I really want to talk about. The last 2 weeks, we have been exploring the idea that our words bond us to the infinite. Our words bond us to or connect us to God's or the universe's high and holy ideas, and soon these high and holy ideas become the words of our mouth, become the meditation of our mind, soon. But just as our words bond us to the infinite, it is also our words that bonds us to each other. It is also our words that bond us to another. Our thoughts and our ideas. It is these words, these high and these holy ideas, that once we embrace them is the thing that will set us free. So, if it is my word and my idea that bonds me to you and you to me, we ought to be taking some time to consider the ideas that we're bringing into our relationships. It is the month of love, so we might as well talk about relationships. It is our word that bonds us in our relationships. What thoughts are you bringing into your relationships? What ideas are you bringing into your relationships? When you don't check what thoughts and what ideas you're bringing into your relationships, remember we're dealing with a principle. If it's a thought or an idea that you really don't want to bring into your relationships, you're just going to continue to have more of it. We're dealing with a principle, not a person. So when you don't question, take time to pause and see what thoughts and what ideas you're bringing into your relationships. You're left questioning. You're left questioning the other. You got questions for another. You have questions about the other. If you got questions about another, what they did, what they didn't do, you don't understand the principle. It is your word and my word that brings forth the bounty and the beauty. What am I trying to say to you here? We got to set our relationships right. It's you and it's me. It is not them. You have to be clear about what you are bringing into the relationship. You have to be clear whether or not you think the relationship can become something greater than it is. You have to decide within yourself whether the relationship can even be. It's you and it's me. We're dealing with a principle. So when we have then embodied the essence, the true essence of love, I told you this teaching will grow you up. When you have embodied the true essence of oneness, the true essence of forgiveness, you got to grow up. You got to make some choices. You got to plant some new seeds in your garden. You got to become available to the infinite ideas to make the seemingly impossible become possible. We engage and let our relationships get to a point too many times in my life and in our life that I hear from others, the relationships that are not working. Well, specifically, as it relates to our relationships, it is our thoughts about love. The Bible says that we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Let me ask you, who is your neighbor? Right. Who is your neighbor? Joel Goldsmith, in Practicing the Presence, on page 67, he says this: let us understand that anything of which we can become aware of is our neighbor. Let us understand, let me give it to you like this. Let us understand any ideas that we are holding in our mind about ourselves is our neighbor. Any ideas that we are holding in our mind about another is our neighbor. It'll grow you up. Let us understand that anything of which we become aware of is a neighbor, whether it appears as person, place, or thing. Every idea in consciousness is a neighbor. We can love that neighbor as we see it, or we can love it or see it possessing no power except that which comes from God. When we see God as the cause and our neighbor as that which is in front, which is in and of God, then we are loving our neighbor, whether that neighbor appears as friend, relative, enemy, animal, flower, or stone. In such loving, which understands all neighbors to be of God, derived of God's substance, we find that every idea in consciousness takes its rightful place. Those neighbors who are a part of our experience find their way to us, and those who are not are removed. Let us resolve loving our neighbor into a spiritual activity beholding love as the substance of all that is, no matter what the form may be. As we rise above our humanhood to a higher dimension of life in which we understand our neighbor to be pure spiritual being, God-governed, neither good nor bad, then we are truly loving. Love is the law of God, and when we are in tune with divine love, loving whether it be friend or enemy, then love is a gentle thing bringing peace. But it is gentle only while we are in tune with it. It's like electricity. You can use it for good or you can use it for harm. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. Our ideas. Ernest Holmes says that love can heal our relationships if we will let it, by cultivating within us the love that is in us, the latent potential of love, loving in a way that you've never loved before. When you take responsibility, that which is latent within you can express. See, you don't even know you can love that way. You don't even know that you have it in you to forgive. You don't even know the love that is within you. But when we take responsibility, what's in us that's been sleeping is waking up. We got to take responsibility for our relationships. James Baldwin says, love does not begin and end in the way we seem to think that it does. Love is a battle. Love is a war. Love is growing up. Pull them up. Love is not a battle and a war with another. Love is a battle and a war with ourselves. Our lesser ideas about another. Our lesser ideas about them. It is love that awakens the potential in us. This is very important because either you'll be driven by crisis in your life or you'll be spiritually led. Either you'll let the relationship get so bad and then one thing happens and you'll blow up, right? Or you'll let the relationship go and go and go and you won't say anything and you'll allow it to happen and you won't do anything. You're not meditating. You're not in prayer. Let me break it down for you. You haven't prayed. You ain't thinking no godly ideas, and then you take it out on somebody else. No. No. Pull them up. Pull them up. In the teaching, you see, we can't just say that we've changed. We've got to prove it. We've got to prove it. Not to me, to yourself. You got to prove and demonstrate peace to yourself. Not to me, not to them, but to yourself. To yourself. You know, we set the limits. We see people, we see forms, everything they didn't do, what they said, but the teaching offers us an opportunity to see beyond the form. That's what metaphysics is, to see beyond the form, to see beyond what they said, to go beyond what they did, to go beyond what they didn't do, and get settled. Get aligned with the spiritual truths. I am one with spirit. Get in line with the spiritual idea of love and let it waken something up in you. We've got to set our relationships right. It's a relationship. I heard somebody explain it like this. It's a ship. It's moving. It's not steady. If it's in the water, when the waves come, our relations get a little shaky. It's a relationship. We're not trying to keep it smooth. Sometimes, you know what I mean, they're going to say something. And it's all right. They're going to do something, you know what I mean? But we're not trying to get our relationships right out there, as I said. We're trying to get our relationships right in here. This is really the only thing I'm really wanting you to get this morning, to encourage you that you have within you such a power that if you would take time to embody the principles, if you would take time to develop a constant practice, that all your relationships would change, that your relationship with yourself would change, and certainly your relationship with another would change. You see, this is the thing. We get so caught up in the effects. You know, we started to say things like, you know, well, why I got to be the one? Why I got to be the one to make this right? You know what I mean? And in our intimate relationships, we got this going on. Is she the one? You know what I mean? Is he the one? No, you the one. You the one. You want love? You the one. Ain't no is she the one? Is he the one? Why I got to be the one? You the one. You here. You embodying these ideas. You're open to them. You are the one. Listen, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Because I got to tell myself all the time, Twana, you the one. Yeah, she acting crazy. But I'm the one. And you the one. It's time that we awaken what's latent within us. It's time that we demonstrate it. And you might need some help sorting through your thoughts and your ideas. You might need some help getting clear about your words and the ideas that you're bringing into the relationship. We have to be conscious and intentional about every relationship. Every relationship. There's not one relationship that we can chance, that we can give over to chance. No, we know what we are working with. We are dealing with a principle. No longer can we question others. Anytime you're questioning, you don't understand the principle. You don't understand the principle. Let's pray. Oh, let us take this opportunity just to turn within, to become aware of that which is ever present and available to us in all of its glory and all of its goodness, nothing held back and everything already given to you and to me. Let us in this moment unite with it in word, taking it so deep within ourselves where our very word, the very thought of love, our very word, the very word of oneness, the very thought, the very idea that our relationships can be something more than it is. The words that we are conscious and intentional, let it live in us in such a way that we are conscious and we are intentional, that we take time to become aware of the words that are flowing through us. Let us be particular about the words that we bring into our relationships. Let us speak high and holy ideas about ourselves, and let us know here and now that the very words that we speak of ourselves, that it is true for the other. For the same God that is in me is in the other. The infinite and the infinite love that is seeking to express through me, the infinite love that is seek to be known by me, this love that is transformative, it is the same love in the other. Oh, let us declare and decree together then that this day that our eyes be made clearly so that we can see the goodness in the other, so that we can see what's possible in our relationships, so that we can awaken the potential within us and take responsibility for our own relationships. I affirm for me as I affirm for you, no more questioning another, no more uncertainty and unsure about what the other is doing. Let me turn my attention and my focus on me. Let me realize that I'm dealing with a principle that is always responding to my word. And so when I say peace in my relationships, I mean it. When I say joy is mine and in my relationship, I mean it. When I say that there's room for understanding and not to be misunderstood, I mean it. Let us stand on something today. Let us stand on something today. Let us stand on principle today. Let us be bold out in this world. Let us be the ones who bring peace. Let us be the ones who declare joy. Let us ones who decree that everything is possible. That it doesn't have to be the way that it was yesterday. It ain't got to remain that way. Let us declare and decree that the God in me recognizes the God in you. Oh, I know that we all are grown-ups, big girls and big boys. It is good, and I give thanks for it. I give thanks for this moment of clarity, this moment of understanding. I give thanks for the call that is put upon me so that I can express this love that is in me. I give thanks that life is calling me to be something more. I give thanks to know that there's something greater in you as there is something greater in me. There's something greater in all of us. It's true, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it. Let us lift our voices and sing. Let us lift our voices and declare. My relationships are rich and meaningful, bountiful and plentiful. Let us in this moment then just simply be moved to gather in the words that have been spoken, the songs that have been sang, the glances that have happened, the love that is expressed in here, knowing that it is more than enough, that we are led spiritually in all of our relationships. We just let these words go. We let them be. Together we come together in agreement by saying, and so it is.
Trust love, trust love, trust God, that love is everywhere, that we are here to be the perfect givers of love and receivers of love. Love will have the final word. Trust love, trust love, trust God. That love is everywhere, that we are here to be the perfect givers of love and receivers of love, and love will have the final word. No one ever loses when one trusts love, for love is something that will not ever fail. Love is the
And so it is, and so it is. All right, so as our practitioners take their seats and our ushers come forward, as we prepare ourselves to move into a time of giving and sharing with the Center of Peace, I ask that you all take an opportunity to take out your tithes, your offerings, your gifts, as we prepare to turn inward for prayer. You all right, Dad? Yeah. Let us take a moment, too, just to acknowledge those who have already given, those who give through our online modalities. We bring it all into the storehouse. If you would, turn with me within as we bring our attention to the infinite givingness of life itself. We turn our attention to love, for it is forever giving. It's from that place and that space then that we come today to give and share to the Center of Peace, share with the Center of Peace. So I know that every cent that we receive today, that it moves the Center of Peace forward, ever becoming more of who we are and nevertheless. I know that every cent that we receive, we move forward creating an even more safer place and an even more sacred space for anybody and everybody who is ready to discover what's latent within them, the potential and possibility to love, to set our relationships right. And I'm grateful. I know, too, that just as we are blessed by all that we receive, that the giver, too, is blessed 1,000,000 times fold. And so for every cent that we receive, I give thanks. I truly, truly do give thanks. And so it is.
When you give, when you receive, when you give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what to whom? When we give, who's giving what to whom? When we receive, who's giving what to whom? When we give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what to whom? Trusting in the law of circulation, knowing that it is as we believe. At the level of our faith, we release and make it so. At the level of our giving, we receive. Oh, when we give, who's giving what to whom? When we receive, who's giving what to whom? When we give, know that God is all there is.
And so it is, and so it is. Yeah, thank you, thank you. All right, we've done it again. Let's stand as we prepare to sing our closing song, our release. You can find the lyrics to the song in, if you download the QR code, there's also some lyrics that have been printed so that you may sing along with us. Today, however, I want to make a special note that we are celebrating all those who have birthdays in February. 2 people in particular are turning 80 tomorrow, and that's Miss Marcy Francis and Mr. Bayless Webb. So make sure you, Bayless Webb, Bayless, yeah, Bayless. Yeah, so anybody else got birthdays in February? Raise your hand, yeah. Here we are. So there is cake. There is cake in the back to celebrate the birthdays, and we would like to start acknowledging our birthdays again, right? So, I mean, you know, I like my birthday song. Go, go, go. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Go shorty, it's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. I think we ready. We ready to sing our closing song.
Before you drop is your mic on? Yeah. My mic is not on. We salute Aisha Lloyd, who couldn't be with us today, and Ron and Mary. We send you love on camera. Yes. And thank you for all your sewing, Mary. Let's give Mary a hand. Yes. She is one sewing woman. Yes.
Bayless was 80 on 2019. Yes.
Oh. Oh, so he's post 80. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
85.
85. Oh, okay. 85 tomorrow. My bad, Bayless. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Everybody sees us on camera. Yes. Okay. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. That was last week. Didn't know the love of God was here. Now I can say, Miss 80, if you're discouraged, I'm trying to make it through another day. You have got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And this is what you have to say. Everybody, come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, strife. No more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free. Yes, free. In the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let it all go. I let the Spirit run my life. Let it run your life and mine. And my heart is open wide. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. No more struggle. No more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free. I am free. In the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. My life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. No more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yes. As we journey on throughout our weeks, it is upon each of us to take responsibility for our relationships. Quit asking questions. You the one. Pull them up. Pull them up. So it is. Oh, wow.
I wish you peace. I wish you joy. I wish you love, 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 love. I wish you faith in yourself to reveal all that you've come here to be. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. I wish you strength. I wish you courage. Wish you love, 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 love. I wish you purpose to create all your dreams and co-conspire with the light of your life. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice.
I just want to remind everybody, we'll be voting at 1 p.m. We'll be voting on our budget at 1 p.m. Please stay for the vote.